Should you stretch before lifting? For most healthy lifters, the answer is no. Just don't mistake that for skipping your warm-up. Let's break down what to do instead and when stretching actually has a place. The point of static stretching is to improve your ability to get into a position. Say for doing exercises that require some mobility, like deep squats, RDLs, or deficit push-ups. It makes some sense that you want to stretch first. However, stretching isn't some magical fix-all problems answer. It has been consistently shown in research that long static holds around 30 seconds lower power output, as in for highly explosive or heavily loaded movements like sprinting or lifting weights, stretching beforehand decreases performance. So what do you do instead? Use a gradual warm-up, allowing the muscles and connective tissues to slowly expose themselves to the loads and positions you want to perform. You don't walk into the gym and max out your squat. You let yourself build towards the demand of that workout. And sometimes it isn't just load. You warm up the range of motion with some earlier sets not going as deep and gradually increase the range of motion before you start adding weight. Because many times the muscle being tight is a reflection of a lack of control through movements and positions, not the actual muscle being unable to stretch. So by gradually exposing the body to positions and controlling them, your body no longer views them as dangerous and gives the green light to train in those positions. I don't want to bog this video down with tangents, so you can watch our full video on warming up for lifting and does stretching reduce injuries linked in the description. For healthy individuals, stretching is best done after the workout or sometime fairly far away from your training. Like maybe you stretch in the morning, but you don't train till the evening. With that being said, there are times that some stretching first can be beneficial. Usually this is around a specific issue or injury. Most of the time, just starting the warm-up slower and doing it longer is the way to go for healthy individuals. However, for those in competition mode, sometimes the work just needs done, regardless of if you're tight or dealing with an injury. If that's the case, stretching can be very valuable. I just have a different approach than many would suggest. You should alternate stretching with a movement. So don't sit down and statically stretch your hamstrings for 10 minutes. Instead, use a combination of static stretching and low load movements. You can start as slow as you need with these and don't force it. I'll show you an example and then explain why it works. Let's say your hamstrings are really tight. You might sit down and static stretch for 20 to 30 seconds, temporarily increasing your range of motion. Use that newfound ability to get into a lengthened position that actually prepares you for the lifts you're going to do. So I might do something like RDLs, slowly increasing the range of motion. Keep this weight pretty light, enough for it to help assist your stretch, but not so much that it's strenuous. Basically, combine static stretching in the warm-up instead of doing one then the other. Just don't go too aggressively too quickly. Do more sets and rounds rather than trying to rush through it. There isn't a magic do it for 3 sets of each and you'll be moving like a rubber band. It depends on what you and what exactly is bothering you. So repeat these steps until you feel ready to train. After all, you're using this approach because of an injury or other concern. See, dynamic stretching doesn't have the same negative decrease in power as static holds do. This just means stretching while moving. Adding in some light load to the movement is fine too. Doing some RDLs or maybe light squats, going only as low as comfortable and then slowly increasing that depth as you loosen up. Even then though, sometimes it's hard to just start moving dynamically, which is why I would suggest the alternating static stretching and then a movement under load. This allows you to use that new range of motion in the specific workout you're about to do. Use static stretching or other warm-up techniques to prepare you for training. That's the goal, not to complete the perfect warm-up, but to ready yourself for the workout. Start with a traditional warm-up, and if that doesn't do the trick, try some of these stretching tips. There is no magic warm-up, stretch, or exercise, just tools. Sometimes a hammer is helpful, and sometimes a screwdriver is helpful. Be reasonable and experiment. If you have any specific questions or would like examples for you in your situation, please leave me a comment. I will help you find a solution so you can get back to training and improving again.